Hey guys, welcome back to another interesting video in DTLite channel. In this video, we are going to see what is Spring Boot and why we go for Spring Boot. We have already seen video on deploying a Spring Boot application in a server like Heroku. In this video, let's see how to create a Spring Boot application right from the scratch. I'm making this video based on the request from a couple of subscribers. Let's get started with the video, guys. So what do you mean by Spring Boot? It is nothing but an open source Java framework which helps you to build a microservice based application. What do you mean by microservice based application? It is nothing but a standalone production ready application. So all your modules or your services will be available independently so that you can test your REST endpoints and make it available to everyone. Interesting, right? Now let's see how to create a Spring Boot application. There are two ways in which you can create. One is you have to go to their official website, just nothing but start.spring.io. Here you have to provide details like the group ID, artifact ID, name of the project, description and the package name. Once you provide all these details, you just need to click generate here and then you have to import the project into your IDE. Another option is you have to include a plugin which is nothing but Spring Initializer. As you can see here, Spring Initializer is a plugin which is responsible for creating a Spring Boot application. And now I'm going to give next here. And then you have to give a group ID, artifact ID, all these details here. And just click next here. And I'm going to include a dependency which is nothing but Spring Web. Spring Boot is such interesting, guys, because you have a feature called Spring Boot Starter and you have this dependency which is responsible for downloading all the jars which is required for your application. This is one of my favorite dependency. Also you have dependency like Spring Boot Starter Test, Security, Data JPA which is included in a Spring Boot application. Now let's click next here and give a name for our project. Hello World app. Just clicking finish here. That is all. This is how your Spring Boot application will look like. First, let's see the POM file. As you can see here, Spring Boot Starter Web dependency is included here. So what this dependency will do is that it will include all the jars which is required for your application. Now next we'll see the main part of your application, which is nothing but demo application. So this class is your main class, guys. So whenever you run your application, this class will get invoked. As you can see that this class is annotated with Spring Boot application. This annotation is a combination of three annotations, which is nothing but @enable auto configuration @component scan and @Spring Boot config. We'll see more into annotations in my upcoming videos. Now let's try to create a REST endpoint. For that you have to create a controller class. I'm giving hello controller. Just click OK. Yeah. So you have to annotate this class with @REST controller. So once you annotate this class with the REST controller, this class will indicate that this is your controller class. Now let's see how to create a REST call. For that I am just creating a method which will return a string for me. Get name. This method will be returning a string which is nothing but hello. So all you need to do is you have to give annotation @request mapping and you have to give the endpoint name /get name. So once you invoke this REST endpoint, the message hello will get displayed. We'll see how this application runs. First you need to build the application. For that I'm giving mvn clean package. Once it is getting succeeded, just giving MVN Spring Boot. That is how you have to run a Spring application, right? So I'm just giving MVN Spring Boot run. So by default, the application will be running in the port 8080. So Spring Boot is such interesting because it has an inbuilt Tomcat server. So you no need to configure any external server for running your application. Now let's see the output for this. Now I'm going to give localhost 8080 slash at the get name. That is all. So as you can see here, the message hello is displayed here. Now we'll go and see how to give a name along with your REST endpoint. For that, you have to include an annotation @request param, and I'm going to give a name here. So this method will accept a string parameter and then it will append to your hello. So I'm just string name, just giving space here. That is all. So let's rerun this application. For that, you have to build the application first. Once it is getting succeeded, you have to give MVN Spring Boot run. That is all. The Tomcat has started on the port 8080. Now let's go there and check. You have to give a name here. For that, you have to provide question mark name equal to any name. I'm giving Spring here. That is all. So as you can see, hello Spring message is displayed here. This is how you have to create REST endpoints in a Spring Boot application. And Spring Boot has also got an interesting feature, guys. It has an in-memory database, which is nothing but H2 memory database. So whenever you need to test your REST endpoints, you can also use that feature. That is all for this video, guys. In my upcoming videos, we'll be seeing more into annotations, which is used in a Spring Boot application. You can also check my video on deploying Spring Boot application in Heroku. I have given the link in the description box. See you all in my next video. Bye.